Hello friends, I wanted to give you a quick update on my garden. It's coming to a close on most of the stuff that I've been growing, but it's still producing, so I'm letting it do its thing. The pumpkin is done. It's completely done. In fact, I have one pumpkin right over there. I've grown about 11 pumpkins. And I have some cucumbers still growing, but the cucumber plant is pretty much done. Like I said, the pumpkin's pretty much done. I am leaving that stuff up temporarily because the loofahs, which I have them right here, I have them on the outside of the fence. You can see right there. I have some growing over there. See it? I have some growing up here. It is just everywhere. Now, I didn't get as many loofahs as I wanted, but that's okay. That was my first time ever growing loofahs, and as long as I got enough to last us the year for scrubbing the house or scrubbing our bodies, whatever we use the loofahs for, I have enough to supply us for at least a year or more of scrubbies. Right here is the salad area. I also have pak choi growing in here, lettuce, spinach, Swiss chard, and radishes. Plus that's a loofah right in the back right there. And then I have carrots, more Swiss chard. I planted the 2 tomato plants I had. I don't think they're going to do anything this year. They still gotta kind of grow up and then produce. I don't think I'll have enough time. I have squash planted in the back. My dwarf okra is still producing. The back here I had cabbage in the back there, and it didn't really do anything. That's okay. I'm not worried about it. I'll plant some beans right there and still get some kind of a harvest. I have peppers right there, and I believe that's cauliflower right there, right in there. And then I have green beans, and then of course the loofah growing up. I would remove all the pumpkin vines and the cucumbers, but the loofah's kind of wound up in it. And as you can see, if I step back, you can see the loofahs almost to the point where I can't get in. I have to constantly, move them and try to make them go somewhere else other than the opening. But that's the fun part. I have habaneros that are producing really well. I think these tomato plants are done. I did harvest yesterday, quite a bit of them. Yeah, I see I missed one right there. But that's okay. I mean, I'm not worried about it. This one, it was a freebie, and it's producing a little here and there, but it really hasn't gone into a full-blown production. Here's the other one that was a freebie, and it is producing fairly well. I think with the cooler temperatures, it's nice. There's some more habanero, some jalapeno. The peppers are doing great. They're producing. My berries, I think, are done. That's a berry right there. Then you got my tomatoes, which are producing like crazy, these little cherry tomatoes. I got so many bags of cherry tomatoes. It's unbelievable. This is a bigger tomato, and it didn't do very good. That's definitely the yellow jubilees. I'm not getting them again. They're not worth my time. Some more jalapenos. Then we have more jalapenos, and they're producing great. The cherry tomatoes are producing great. I didn't want tomatoes this year because I had so many. I still got some in the freezer. So there's habanero. There's habanero. I need to trim this back. It's the raspberries. And then our rhubarb, which I'm keeping in a thing because it is poisonous to dogs. And this, my okra, I mean, it's producing, but nothing like the dwarf okra. The dwarf okra was quick at producing, and of course, it produced a lot, and it's still producing. I do have ground cherries in here. The mystery on the ground cherries, I remember that I had planted some seeds the year before, and that's how I ended up with ground cherries in here when I didn't even know I had ground cherries. I forgot. This is supposed to be a ground cherry, and I think they're full of baloney, so I'm going to end up pulling that soon. Down here is a pepper plant. I'm not sure if I want to get any ghost peppers. Right over here is supposed to be a ground cherry as well, and it's not doing good, but this was all just a kind of a test area just to see how well it would do. I plan on planting grass seed, and I might just reseed all this and just call it a day. So this is the time of year with the way food prices are going up. Everything's so uncertain. I don't do political on my channel, and I don't do religion on my channel. But I do food prices, cost of living, things like that on my channel. And one thing I've noticed is normally I could do about $30 to $60 a week in groceries, not household supplies or dog food, but just food in general. And now it's doubled. So with the way things are so uncertain, plant your garden now. It's fall. Plant the fall, at least the fall ones, and just do your little bit of research. It's like cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, green beans. You can even do squash. There's, lettuce. There's a lot you can grow in the fall. That's fast growing, and I would advise you to do that, and that way you can at least offset a little bit of that expense where you're not spending out so much money for food. It's horrible. And when I do meats, if it calls for a pound, I do a half a pound. If it calls for 2 pounds, I do a pound. I always half it. So one of the reasons why I haven't been doing videos like I normally do is because I have been very busy. I had a stairwell to do and a hallway I still have to finish. The stairwell's finished, I just have to finish the hallway. I have a front porch I gotta close up and turn it into a 4-season so I can put my plants out there instead of in my living room. And then this shed, and you can see, here, let me show you on the other side, and you kind of get a general idea of what we've been dealing with on all the other 3 sides of the shed. And this is what it looked like all the way around, besides the windows. Lots of damage. And we plan on closing up all these windows. There's no sense. It's a storage areas, for our lawn equipment. So we really don't want people to be able to see in. So we are going to close all this up. But I still have trim to do. And then I'm going to repaint the white on the doors because you never know. I mean, the white could be, you buy white, there's like, I don't know, a gazillion different types of white. To me, white is white. And So I have to do the white on here and then fix things. But we've had to replace boards and scrape and caulk and patch until it was crazy. It was crazy. And I don't have a lot of time to mess with to mess with anything else. I got this to finish. But you can see the kind of the joists that are sticking out, the stuff that we've been having to work with. And you can see the bottom. I sprayed it. My husband picked up a spray gun, and I went ahead and sprayed it, which made the job a lot easier. But let me say, if they give you a bag for easy cleanup to put in your little container on the sprayer, don't use it. Because I did, and it just wouldn't spray, and I was having all kinds of problems. Took the bag out of it, and dumped the paint just in the container itself, and I had no issues. So this is why I have been kind of absent, and it's because this is important. You only have a certain amount of time to paint. You don't really want to paint anything under 50 degrees, and it's already September, so I don't have a lot of time to get this done. So I have been doing this, and also doing the stuff in the house. I have been doing the garden, the yard. Now Donnie does most of the yard work for me, and I appreciate that, but still I get out there and do it. I got other things that that I have to figure out. It is just a lot. I have so much on my plate. I don't even get a lot of sleep. I get up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning every morning, no matter if it's the weekends or if it's the weekdays, and it's just constant go to get things done. And then with the garden coming into a close, I do have the fall stuff planted. I do need to get green beans planted. I got to find time today to be able to do that. So it's just been, like I said, it's been balls to the wall. I mean, pretty much. But with this economy the way it is, like I said earlier, you guys need to consider planting a fall garden. Even if it's in your windowsill, or even if it's on your patio, or in your yard, get your stuff planted. Anything to offset the cost of living. The cost of living is food. Cost of living is utilities. So this is why I have been so busy and unable to do a lot of videos. I wanted to do a lot of videos for you over the summer, but it has been just exorbitantly busy. My husband looked at me and says, I gave you the shed to do, so that way you have something to do. I have a lot to do. The shed just added to the list majorly. So today I'm going to come out here and I'm going to start painting the trim and trying to get all the trim done, because next week we're supposed to go over on this side, I'll show you, and go ahead and do all that work too, because then we're going to replace the wood that needs to be replaced. We're going to cover up the windows. We plan on insulating it and putting drywall up, just not this year. And then we're going to be scraping it and painting it, and we're trying to do all this within 3 weeks, because I still have the front porch to get to, which I have to insulate, repair, insulate, and drywall, so I can make it into a 4-season. So that is what is going on, friends. Tell me about your week. Tell me about your day. Tell me about your month. Let me know what you're doing to save money, because you never know. Your idea may work better than mine. I don't claim to know everything, but what I do is I try, and that's all that matters. Trying to get through the world without having to worry about paying so much money out You have to be a rich man to eat. You really do. And like usually on holidays, like yesterday, we would have a huge cookout. But we didn't. I did leftovers. Waste not, want not. And then we still have to go back there and this year and burn all that. I wish I could turn this into my other garden, but it just doesn't get enough sun. And my husband's a tree hugger. I call him a tree hugger anyways. Now he takes them down whenever they need it. He doesn't want to remove any trees. He just wants the trees, wants the tree coverage. And it does so much damage, but I guess, you know, and these are his favorite. These are his favorite trees. They're huge. All right, friends. I have to get to work. I have no time to sit down and relax. I have to get my trim painted, unfortunately, and repair things. And it looks like I'll be doing it by myself today. Okay, friends. I will see you in the next video, and I will video my progress as I'm going. I can't video as I'm doing it. I don't have the equipment to really do that. Until the next video, remember to subscribe if you are new to the channel. And if you're not new, howdy, howdy, howdy. I'm glad you're here. Hit that like button. Anything that you do helps my channel, and I appreciate it. Bye, friends.